There are times in life when things happen which you won't really think much about, but little did you know it would change or lead your path in life. My interest in gaming started when I watched my older brother play Return to Castle Wolfenstein and Medal of Honor. Two bloody brilliant games, by the way. But things didn't progress until I had a random conversation on the bus home from school with a kid I'd never spoken to before about Call of Duty. Welcome to this shoe history video part 1, where I'm going to go through my experience and stories throughout gaming, throughout my career, and just give you a little bit of an insight of how I got to where I am. So I was always obsessed with computers. Ever since I found out what a computer was, I asked my mum and dad if they could bring back a computer from work for me to play around with and just kind of find out what they were all about. And one day they did it. They brought home this beige beast with a massive CRT screen. There was a time back in the day when PCs didn't even have any RGB. You didn't exist! Where were you? As you can probably tell, it wasn't powerful. There was no graphics card. It was just a run-of-the-mill standard office PC. But I was so excited. Because of the low power it had, I couldn't really run anything fancy, but my brother's PC was quite a bit better than mine. And I remember one occasion when I asked if I could get a new graphics card so I could play games, and they bought it for him. So I couldn't. But bro, I never held that against you. Anyway, back in 2002, I used to watch my brother play Medal of Honor Allied Assault. I used to jump on his PC so I could play it. And then it got to the point where I just wanted to do it fully on my own. Step forward a year to 2003. I can't even remember if Google was a thing then. Can you remember life without Google? Fuck. But I stumbled across this free-to-play first-person shooter called Wolfenstein Enemy Territory, and it was banging. The first day I found that game, I played it for 13 hours straight, and I was just addicted. I played quite a bit of Wolf ET, but then next year, a new game came out which was gonna change my life even more. Call of Duty. I remember being in WH Smith's with my mum, finding Call of Duty on the shelf, and I was asking her, please so much, can you get me this game? And you know what? She bloody bought me the game. And I spent the rest of the day walking around the shops in the car on the way home, just reading the manual, finding out about all the different weapons, all the different maps, all of the backstory. Got home, installed it straight away, and I just played through the single player. Like, it was just the most amazing experience. And once the single player was finished, it was time to move on to multiplayer. Now, gaming back then wasn't really something that got talked about in my friendship circle. And to be honest, the same thing is kind of true to this day. However, FIFA is always a good topic to have a chat about if you want to get things going. And as much as I'm ashamed to say, Fortnite. But hopefully you can use it as a gateway game to play good things. I did have one friend though who had a load of consoles. Although it was fun playing the games because we were both there in the same room together, it wasn't the same experience as I had on playing on PC. And then one day on a bus ride home from school, I overheard, like, from the back corner, some people mentioning a KAR and a PPSH. And I was like, wait a minute, I know what those are. I asked him if he played COD, he said yes. And from that point, we just hit it off. We added each other, I think, on MSN and also on Xfire. For those of you that don't know, MSN is like a old school WhatsApp. So you'd spend the whole day with your friends at school and then you spend the whole evening just talking to them on MSN. And Xfire was kind of like the gamers version of MSN. It would tell you what games your friends are playing, what servers they're on, what map they're on, all of this kind of stuff. It was banging. Now, the server browser in Call of Duty 1 wasn't that great. So me and my newfound friend Foxy decided to use a gaming app called All Seeing Eye. All Seeing Eye was a software which was kind of like a universal server browser for a load of games. And I think still to this day, I have not played anything more than I have done with Foxy in rifle-only harbor servers. One map, 2 different guns, that shit was lit, man. That's just what you did back in the day. But the more time we spent playing together, the more we realized we had similar interests, like video production, for example. And this then managed to kind of combine, because I wanted to use Call of Duty to make some videos. And guess who helped me out? So I've got this little folder here, which has got the COD cock-up movie, which is essentially the outtake reel to the diary video. So if I get this diary video open for you now, let's use VLC. This video is so legit. Like, so I was in the garage, I got a candle out, and I got a match, and I lit this candle, and I was like, this is the most artistic thing I have ever made in my life.
January 4th, 1941.
That's mad.
This is my first assignment.
That's my voice.
By the boys at headquarters.
I killed him earlier. There he is. There's Foxy. I was like, go up there. Nods at me. Runs. There he is. And then I did a nade. And then I was ADing because I was like, I felt like I was in a game. But look at that timing. Oh, look at that. And then I carried on ADing because I was like, I'm in like my game mode. And then we got this little bit here where I'm like sniping. And then he like shot at me. And I was like, what the hell? No, I'm pinned down. Oh, leave me alone. I'm pinned down. Stop it. This was actually in Call of Duty United Offensive. And you can tell the age because it's got the fraps.com thing at the top. Fraps.com. Oh, those are the days. That's when every single kind of video was just fraps.com. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's when I used to call myself Forsaken. Oh, I forgot about that. That's amazing. God, those were the days. Oh, but then also along with this one, I've got the cock up. This outtakes video was hilarious.
Axis win.
I was like, shoot at me, but don't hit me. And he kept shooting at me, like just spraying with his pistol. And he kept killing me. Oh, this is a really good little clip too. I wasn't meant to kill him then. I was just trying to shoot at him. But unfortunately, I killed him. Making machinimas so much harder than it looks, okay? Right, back to the other camera. I'm so happy that I've still got these videos because it's the kind of thing where you have a memory, you can think back and, you know, it's nice to reminisce, but I've actually got that. I can go back and watch it, and especially the outtakes video. It just reminds me how much fun we had just like fucking about. And I think finding someone who you can connect with on that level is quite difficult. So if there is anyone you've got like that, make sure you spend time with them, make sure you hang out, have a laugh, and if you can, kind of try and document stuff that you do together. Take pictures, take videos, because in 10, 20 years time, you're gonna look back on that and it's gonna be really nice to have those memories saved. I wasn't really going this way with the video, but the more I think about it, the more I kind of realize how much of an effect Foxy had on my life. If it wasn't for him, then I probably wouldn't play as much multiplayer games that I did. If it wasn't for him, I certainly wouldn't have had the exposure to making videos as much as I did, because he started working with this local internet TV channel and then he hooked me up and I started doing some content with them too. He also got involved with a video DJ called Betamax, who's an absolute legend, by the way, so definitely go check him out. And I don't know where I would be now without that, because I learned a lot from him, both in terms of video and gaming, and yeah, it's mad. Like, the more I think about it, I'm sad that we lost that connection, but at the same time, the time that we spent playing games was awesome, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Now, Foxy and I, we never played on like competitive teams at all, but whenever we did play in servers, we always had a laugh. If I killed him, he killed me, and it was just really, really nice. Back in that day, it was always just about spending time shooting people and getting better and improving our knowledge, and it was a really good time. I think everything that we did together definitely got me prepared for what was coming next, which was Call of Duty 4. And that is what I'm going to talk about in part 2 of this history series. So, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please, you leave a like and all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bah! And subscribe, I'm like halfway now to 100, which is cool. And when I get to 100, actually, I can have a custom YouTube name. Hooray! So that's good. So yeah, subscribe, help a brother out, and I'll keep making videos for you to watch.